welcome to this wonderful concert in celebration of the 225th anniversary of the birth of Franz Schubert. Schubert, during his lifetime, wrote 9 symphonies, countless compositions for the piano, choral works, chamber works, and over 600 songs, including 2 major song cycles, Die Schöne Müllerin and Winterreise. Schubert started writing these songs at a very young age. In fact, he wrote his first masterpiece at 17, Gretchen am Spinnrade. Tonight we will be presenting a Schubertiade. And what is a Schubertiade, you might ask? Well, in the 19th century, it was very common for salons or people's homes to host gatherings of artists, including musicians, painters, sculptors, poets, many times being sponsored by a patron of the arts. Schubertiades grew out of this tradition. These evenings were devoted to the music of Schubert. Schubert delighted in these evenings, where he often would participate. You would see him at the piano, accompanying singers or playing his piano compositions or chamber works. Schubert used several forms of tools in composing his songs. One form is strophic, where you have the same melody but a different text for each verse. In modern terms, you could think of Paul McCartney's Let It Be, where you have the same melody but different words for each verse. He also used through composed, where each part of the song was differently written, as in Earl Kearney. Or you could think of maybe Jim Webb's MacArthur's Park, where each form of the song is different. Each part of the song is different. Also, Schubert used the great poets of the day, Goethe and Heine. His accompaniments were just not accompaniments. They were an integral part of the composition, reflecting the words or the emotions of the poet. And speaking of accompaniments and accompanists, today's concert is dedicated to the memory of Dalton Baldwin, who is considered one of the world's greatest accompanists. Dalton was teacher, colleague, mentor, but most importantly, a dear friend, and a dear friend to musicians all over the world and to the Newark School of the Arts. We were so lucky over the decades to have him give these magnificent master classes where a lot of the repertoire did center around Schubert, who he considered his favorite composer. Dalton was also the recipient of the TST Award that we give annually at the Newark School of the Arts. Dalton was also a proud native of Newark. He will be missed dearly. I hope that you enjoy this beautiful concert this evening. However, before we begin, we will hear from Stephanie Grossman, who will speak to us about the poets during the Romantic era. Thank you.
Guten Abend. My name is Stephanie. I'm a great admirer of Schubert's music and I love his lieder. These are poems often by famous people which are set to music by Schubert. There are 6 poems by Heinrich Heine with music by Franz Schubert. The names are Das Fischermädchen, Der Atlas, Das Meer, Das Bild und Der Doppelgänger. These lieders are performed still all over the world, often translated into other languages. Published poems and writings by the famous Johann van Goethe were already known by the young 17-year-old Schubert, who set over 70 songs into lieder. Some of the most known lieder are Der Erlkönig, Ganymede, Gretchen am Spinnrad und Das Heidenröslein. These lieder reflect an appreciation of nature and are reflections of deep inner feelings characteristic for the Romantic era, as expressed by Franz Schubert, who sadly passed away at the age of 31 years during surprisingly very creative times, composing wonderful values of his beautiful music. Thank you very much.
The piece An die Musik by Franz Schubert translates to music. Beloved art, in how many oblique hour, when I am enmeshed in life's tumultuous round, have you kindled my heart to the warmth of my love, and borne me away to a better world. Often a sigh escaping from your harp, a sweet celestial chord, has revealed me to a heaven of happier times. Beloved art, for this I thank you. I will be performing An die Musik.
The Lion, The Hurdy-Gurdy Player by Wilhelm Müller. There beyond the village stands a hurdy-gurdy player. With numb fingers, he plays as best he can. Barefoot on the ice, he totters to and fro, and his little plate remains forever empty. No one wants to listen, no one looks at him, and the dogs growl around the old man, and he lets everything go on as it will. He plays, and his hurdy-gurdy never stops. Strange old man, shall I go with you? Will you turn your hurdy-gurdy to my songs?
My name is Louis Grados, and I will be singing Who is Sylvia, What is She, composed by Schubert and the words by Shakespeare. The poem goes, Who is Sylvia, what is she, that all our swains commend her? Holy, fair, and wise is she, that heaven such grace did lend her, that she might admired be. Is she kind, as she is fair? For beauty lives with kindness. Love doth too her eyes repair, to help him of his blindness, and being helped inhabit stare. Then to Sylvia let us sing, that Sylvia is excelling. She excels each mortal thing, upon the dull earth dwelling. To her let us garlands bring. Who is Sylvia? What is she? That all our swains commend her. Holy, fair, and wise is she. The heavens such grace did lend her, that she might inhabits there, and being helped inhabits there. Then to Sylvia let us sing that Sylvia is excelling. She excels each mortal thing upon the dull earth dwelling. To her let us garlands bring. To her let us garlands bring.
Hi, I'm singing the Ave Maria of Franz Schubert in German and Latin.
Hello everyone, my name is Samaya Britton and I will be performing for you Vegan Lied or Lullaby by Franz Schubert. And now I will recite for you all the poem. Sweetly slumber beneath the orchid shadows. Near the soft murmuring, the brooklet flows. Winds of springtime gently lull thee, mother's darling, mother's opening rose. Sweetly slumber over thine eyelids tender, orchid blossoms waft their fragrant snows. May they wake not, may they bring thee angel visions, dewy deep repose. Sweetly slumber while I bear thee homeward. Heaven grows darker, cold an east wind blows. In these arms, sleep softly, darling. Mother's love, no change, no coldness knows. And now I will perform for you all Vegan Lied or Lullaby by Franz Schubert. Please enjoy. Schlafe, schlafe, holde süße Knabe, leise wiegt dich deine Mutter an, soft der Ruhe, milde Labe, bringt dir schwebend dieses Wiegenband. Schlafe, schlafe, in dem süßen Grabe, noch beschützt dich deine Mutter. Alle Wünsche, alle habe, wird sie liebend, alle Liebe warm. Schlafe, schlafe, in der Flammenschüsse, noch umtönt dich lauter Liebestun. Eine Lile, eine Rose, nach dem Schlafe wird sie dir zum Lohn. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Du bist die Ruhe is a love poem by the German poet Friedrich Rückert. In this song, a lover is totally devoted to the loved one, finding in that person tranquility and calm that puts aside the pain of life, and a love that gives total mental and physical satisfaction and above all, the peace and contentment being in love brings.
The song Frühlingsglaub by Franz Schubert translates to faith in spring. Balmy breezes are awakened, they stir and whisper day and night, everywhere creative. O fresh scents, O new sounds. Now, poor heart, do not be afraid. Now all must change. The world grows fairer each day. We cannot know what is still to come. The flowering knows no end. The deepest, most distant valley is in flower. Now, poor heart, forgive your torment. Now all must change.
Thank you.
This first poem is titled Litanai for the Feast of All Souls, and the poet is Jacobi. May all souls rest in peace, those whose fearful torment is past, those whose sweet dreams are over, those stated with life, those barely born, who have left this world. May all souls rest in peace. And those who never smiled at the sun, who lay awake beneath the moon on beds of thorns, so that they might one day see God face to face. In the pure light of heaven, may all who have departed hence, may all souls rest in peace.
Vollbracht ein banges Quälen, die vollendet süßen Traum, lebenssatt geboren kaum aus der Welt hinein. alle Seelen ruhen in Frieden. Und die Niedersonne lachten, und der Mond auf Dornen wagten Gott im reinen Himmelslicht, einst zu sehn von Angesicht, alle die von ihnen schieden. Alle Seelen ruhen in Frieden.
Seligkeit, meaning bliss, by the poet Ludwig Christoph Heinrich Holti. Joys without number bloom in the halls of heaven, for angels and transfigured souls, as our fathers taught us. How I'd love to be there and rejoice eternally. A heavenly bride smiles sweetly on everyone. Harp and psalter resound, and there's dancing and singing. How I'd love to be there and rejoice eternally. I'd sooner stay here if Laura smiles on me with a look that says, I've to grieve no more. Blissfully then with her, I'd stay forever here.
Freudensonnensang, Blumenhimmelsang, Engel verklärten, wie die Väter lehrten. Oh, da möcht ich sein und mich ewig freuen, und mich ewig freuen. Jugendlicher Traut, einen Himmelsbraut, als ob es alte klinget, und man tanzt und singet. Oh, da möcht ich sein, und mich ewig freuen, und mich ewig freuen. Bleib ich hier, ich hab klar an mir, einem Blick der Sage, dass ich ausgeklaget, selig dann mit dir, bleib ich ewig hier, bleib ich ewig hier.